Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are gonna be beginning the narration for the currently rerunning Dossoles holiday side story in Arknights, which was last year's anniversary side story for the global side of things. And it's kind of interesting to think about, or rather funny to think about, that apparently Global keeps getting beach episodes for its anniversaries. I am not complaining, by the way. But anyway, before we begin, let me do the usual song and dance here before we start, and that is an introduction for anybody who might be new to the channel. So, first off, hi and welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay here. I do narrations for and character voicing for pretty much anything in Arknights at this point, outside of one aspect. But if you wanna just keep listening to the main story of Arknights, you're free to do so. Currently voiced and narrated all the way up until the beginning of chapter 10. A lot of side stories that I've released over the past years since I started doing this are also available on the channel. Couple of old ones, couple of rerun ones, you name it, there's a bunch. A lot of and obviously all of them are neatly packed into playlists so you can peruse at your leisure. Then we have module short stories as well, and there is a ton of those. Plus file narrations, and in the same video they're the character's very own voice files. And finally, up until the release of this rerun side story, you can find pretty much any operator record that has been released on the global side of things on this channel as well. And that playlist, let me tell you, that one is massive. I think around 110 individual videos at this point. Yeah, there was a lot. A lot of them have been released in the past almost 2 years. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your stay. Finally, all I can say is the usual thing that pretty much any YouTuber, I guess, has to say at some point in their life. Please like, favorite, sub, tickle that fancy little bell and stuff like that, and it will help the channel grow and be actually recognized a bit more in the algorithm. And who knows, we might hit 1,000 at one point. But anyway, back to Dossoles. So, for anybody who, again, might be new to Arknights in general, and side stories and main story, first off, let me point out that, no, this story will not spoil you any kind of big giant plot points of the main story. It obviously is taking place after the events of the first 8 episodes, but as it goes with side stories in this game, you're pretty much safe to read them. They do not spoil anything with the main story. They allude to events of the main story, but never literally spell you out what is happening. So you're fine. Is all I can tell you with pretty much any side story in the game. Except maybe 1 or 2, but I can't remember from the top of my head. But yeah, anyway, let us dive right into this thing. So, as it goes, because I obviously am doing this in parts, today's first part will be featuring the story starting on the stage ST1, including a scene, and yes, the training stage has an actual scene, which I completely forgot that it had. And we will conclude on stage DH-3. And I quite like how this is structured, because this is essentially... I can essentially tell you that we're going to be doing this side story in 4 parts, because it's literally from cutscene only to stage, stopping at the next cutscene, from that cutscene to the next cutscene, pretty well cut into pieces. But yeah, let us begin proper with today's narration. So, DHST-1, a chance encounter. A sudden change of itinerary, an unexpected reunion, a noisy city, a strange commission. Ch'en's holiday is just beginning. Oh, and speaking of Ch'en's holiday, right, I forgot to mention that this story, yes, is loosely connected to the siesta story, but only in the way of that Ch'en, aka Female Tourist C, appeared for a brief moment during that side story. So you're not really missing out on anything. So anyway, let us begin. Well, if this isn't a shocker, who could have known this would happen during the highly anticipated scrimmage preliminaries? 2 non-participants who joined the fray out of nowhere ended up our final victors. Mr. Pancho, is something like this going to fly? Indeed, this rarely happens in our competitions, and in principle we prefer our contestants follow the competition's rules. It's very regrettable then. However, it isn't so bad for something like this to happen once in a while. Right! It's very regrettable then. I am afraid we have bad news for our other contestants.
Looks like our MC is pretty good at thinking on the fly. He was about to say we were disqualified. Maybe. Looks like we barged into some competition venue. If I remember correctly, this is a Smash Splash Smash Splash preliminaries.
That is a mouthful every time. But don't forget, the whole point of the competition is to bring joy to the people. Although the 2 of them did not go through the proper procedures to join our competition, thanks to their extraordinary skills and flawless teamwork, they survived until the very end. What a fantastic turn of events! Let us give these ladies a huge round of applause for their performance.
He said our teamwork was flawless. Were we even working together? I sure hope not. How did this happen?
Small little warning for anybody who is very sensitive to flashing images and lights. Look away from the screen for the next, 3 seconds. Count to 3 or until you hear my voice again. Alright.
Dad, what's the story behind this invitation?
Another year, another letter, eh? That woman doesn't know when to give up.
What woman? Give up on what? Is this something I should tell Mom?
Settle down. It's one of the mayors from the Commercial City Alliance. Some 10 years ago, Wei and Wu was still in the mood to go visit himself. These days, they only talk to each other via messenger. But she's not one to take no for an answer. She sends both of us invitation letters to go visit around this time every year.
Commercial Alliance? The one in Colombia?
No, it's in Bolivar. You heard of it before. She's the mayor there.
Dossoles. Candela Sanchez? I heard that place is a money sink. Are you not going?
It's halfway across the world. And what would I do there? My arms and legs are too old for that kind of abuse. Besides, even if I were in the mood for a trip, it's meaningless if Wei and Wu doesn't go.
That's right. The one they want to butter up is to Chief Wei of Lungmen, Mr. Wei. Is the Chief of Lungmen, Mr. Wei, and it's true that he doesn't have the luxury to take a trip now, given all the responsibilities on his shoulders. Please don't sell yourself short either, Dad. If you were to take a trip, we wouldn't have anyone look after the flowers at the shop, and the uncles would have one less person to play chess with.
Say, nay. So that's how you compare me to Wei and Wu.
By the way, I couldn't find a proper translation for what he's saying there. I'm purely by the stuff that I found gonna presume, and there is another sentence later, that he's speaking Chinese, or Actually, I don't think it's Japanese, but I think Chinese, right? And the best thing I could find was a rough translation to irritating girl, or in this case, irritating daughter. But anyway, continuing.
Our cities have a trade agreement. If Wei and Wu and had his heart set on going, he'd go. He's sick of Dossoles, and it's certainly not worth visiting. And if Wei and Wu isn't going, then I'm not going either.
Okay, I understand. I'll toss the invitation then.
A phone call from Lady Fumizuki.
Mr. Lin, it's me.
Lady Fumizuki, to what do I owe the pleasure?
A phone call from Lady Fumizuki. I'll give you the room. Is that Yusha? Ask her to stay. This has to do with her as well.
Yusha, stay.
Alright. Mr. Mr. Lin, I am sure you too received the invitation.
As always, is something the matter?
Personally, I'm quite fond of the idea of going on a holiday there, but you know how Yenbu is. You couldn't find a lazier person if you tried.
Of course, but it seems you have a different idea.
I would like Yusha to visit the city in Yenbu's stead.
That's
I will persuade Yenbu. You needn't worry.
Absolutely, you are the boss after all, but that's not what concerns me. I'll get to the point. It's far too soon for Yusha to take on so much responsibility.
Dad, what did Lady Fumizuki say?
She wants you to go to Dossoles in Wei and Wu's stead.
I'll go.
Yusha.
I am going. Mr. Lin?
Fine. If my daughter wants to go on a trip, is it her father's place to say no? She can go.
Very well. Yusha, make sure to pack for a long trip. I will.
Yusha.
I'll bring you some souvenirs, Dad.
There you go, say a day. Alright then, it's settled.
Oh, right, and to my best finding and knowledge, that previous sentence was supposed to be, and I know I butchered it, but that previous sentence is supposed to be something along the lines of, daughter, you're gonna be the death of me, or something like that. Anyway.
Alright then, it's settled. Get yourself ready for the trip. You will be away for some time. Have your mother help you pack.
Alright.
If this is what Lady Fumizuki wants, I'm sure there is more to it that we know. A holiday. Does this have something to do with Ch'en? Whatever. No use thinking about it so much. It's not like she wants to pull any strings to take advantage of Yusha, what with how fond of the youngsters she is. That aside, looks like there's no keeping her home when she's all grown up. Fumizuki, did you arrange for Lin Yusha's trip to Dossoles?
I did. What's the problem? They invited us to, us not because they had any actual business to discuss with you. It's just a vacation trip.
You wanted to send Hugh Shi, didn't you?
That's right. I was never trying to hide it from you, however.
If Lin Yusha is my representative there, Hugh Shi will get to take it easy and have as much fun as she wants, but...
Ch'en is at Rhode Island right now. Although I trust them, I have no way of knowing how she's doing there. Besides, I know our little Ch'en is in no position to represent you right now. Yusha, on the other hand, always does a good job with everything. She is the perfect substitute.
The Rat King's daughter won't necessarily become the Rat King herself.
If that if that's what she wants, then give her a chance, and if she manages to seize the opportunity, it just shows how capable she is. Or will the venerable Chief Wei send all of Lungmen's forces after me, a frail lady for overstepping my boundaries?
You know I always listen to you when I make these decisions. It's just... You've met Candela. Yushi and Yusha are still far too young to handle her.
For how often you call me a worrywart, it certainly seems like you are the biggest in the room. If it wasn't for your personality, perhaps you could have found yourself on better terms with our little Ch'en.
We are not discussing this right now, Fumizuki.
Dossoles is famous not only in Bolivar, but all across the world, and it is no small part because of her. She is no ordinary woman. We've been there before. It's a city you could never have imagined in 1,000 years. Given she built it single-handedly, it's no wonder that you fear her, both as the chief of Lungmen and from a personal standpoint.
You agree with me, then?
But you big shots are always so calculating, trying to get the upper hand over each other, and it's always the first thing that crosses your mind when meeting anyone. If I have to say, I saw it the moment I laid my eyes on Candela. She's the kind of person who's capable of many things. Bad things. But she definitely won't do anything that puts Ch'en and Yusha in harm's way. You think she will be a bad example for the children, but I think there is no better place to send them. If you are so worried, Yusha most likely hasn't left for Dossoles yet, and I haven't sent the letter out to Ch'en either. There is still time.
Fine. We'll do as you say.
Meanwhile, over in Siesta...
I spotted a few Rhode Islanders just now, I think. Don't tell me they came to Siesta too. Guess I'll go and find out in a minute. Who is it? Miss Ch'en, sorry to interrupt your vacation. Shirayuki, what are you doing here? I have a letter for you from the princess. It's of the utmost importance. Did something happen in Lungmen? Not at all. Please read the letter. Where is it? Here. There is an invitation inside. I'll start with the letter. Dear Ch'en, it's been a long while. Are you doing well at Rhode Island? Have you been eating right and getting enough rest? She's always such a worrywart. Here's the thing. I am sure you have already found that attached within the letter an invitation. It was sent to us by the mayor of a Bolivarian city. Alas, we don't have the time to make this visit ourselves, so after I discuss this with Yen Wu, we would like you to visit the city in our place. The city is named Dossoles. You might have heard of it. There is a large artificial lake there and many entertainment facilities. It's a great place for a holiday. I am sure the fatigue must be adding up with how Rhode Island is sending you everywhere. You should take this chance to get some rest. I will talk to Rhode Island, so you needn't worry. From Wei Fumizuki. But I'm on a holiday right now. It would seem the princess isn't aware of this. Right. Still, Dossoles, huh? Shirayuki, do you know how far away that is? The city is in northwestern Bolivar. If you leave now, it will take roughly 15 days. There is no date on the invitation. Looks like any time will do for them. Will you accept, Miss Ch'en? How could I say no to her kindness? All I have to do is take my holiday elsewhere. I, Shirayuki, will pass on your thanks to Lady Fumizuki, Miss Ch'en. I've told you this more times than I can count, Shirayuki. We're both operators. Stop it with the miss. And my answer will remain the same, miss. You will always be Miss Ch'en to me. whatever. Are you coming? No, I'm afraid I have other matters I must attend to. My apologies. Alright, looks like it's a solo trip for me again. On another note, it seems that the doctor and a few other operators have come to this city after completing their mission. If you would like, perhaps you should meet with them before you depart. So I guess my eyes didn't deceive me. Well, I'll pass. I'll see them when I'm back at Rhode Island. Indeed. Now, not so fast, Shirayuki. You have the time to at least stay the evening, don't you? Have dinner with me tonight. We'll head out together tomorrow morning. As you wish, miss. Finally, so this is Dossoles. It's just like they say, stepping into the city is enough to make you forget you're in Bolivar. In any case, I should first...
Excuse me, but are you Miss Shen Shi?
That's me, and you would be?
The mayor instructed me to await your arrival here.
I'm only here for a holiday. Let's not go through all the trouble.
No, the mayor specifically instructed us to contact her as soon as you arrive. Please, give me just a moment. This is control point number 2. We have successfully intercepted Miss Shen Shi. Yes, okay, understood. Please, come with us. The mayor would like to meet with you.
Fine.
Please, go on in, Miss Shen.
Miss Shen Shi, looks like you made it here first. I've long heard that the LGD Special Inspection Unit Chief is a young lady of extraordinary talent. Meeting you in person has only proven that those are no mere rumors. You must be the mayor, Lady Sanchez. Yes, that's right. I'm Candela Sanchez, the mayor of Dossoles. You speak Yanese pretty well.
Thank you, Shen.
I've always wanted to cozy up to Mr. Wei, but he hasn't been back since 10 years ago. I haven't had much use for my Yanese, even after all the time I spent learning it. Lady Sanchez, I'm just here on vacation. I'm not representing anyone. Please, call me Candela. You may even call me Auntie if you want. After all, it's long been my wish to become Chief Wei's sworn sister. I will pass, Lady Candela. The way you talk and the way you frown, my, you look just like he did when he was still young. But I have to say, he was much more heroic than you are now. I'm not much related to Chief Wei. Don't worry, I understand. You have nothing to worry about, my lovely niece. Lady Fumizuki has already told me that you won't be representing anyone, and you will have no burdens on your shoulders. Have some fun. As long as I'm here, there is nothing that can hurt you in this city. Thank you for your kindness, then. You said I made it here first. Is someone else coming? Ah, right. When you say it's a coincidence, she's coming from Lungmen while you came here from Siesta, and both of you are arriving on the same day. Who? Oh, looks like Lady Fumizuki's hiding something from you, even though you are bound to find out. Shen, my lovely niece, I'm sure you already know, but there are certain formalities that Chief Wei and I must follow given our positions, even if we'd rather not. I actually wouldn't have minded if Chief Wei had sent just any old lout out off the street. Well, I guess maybe he'd still have to put a little thought into it. Someone like you, perhaps. I would honor them with the most hospitality as I am showing you now. And why does it matter? I invited the Vice and the Rat King here for a holiday. But he knows that will not do, and so do I. He is free not to come, but he must send someone of status, or it would be tantamount to the chief of Lungmen disrespecting the mayor of Dossoles. You would have seen countless headlines in the newspaper of both cities, and way too many things would get unnecessarily problematic. So what you're saying is Chief Wei sent someone of sufficient status to represent him. That's right. Is it Hoshiguma? No, maybe Swire? Wrong on both counts. Then...
Ma'am, she's here.
There's your answer. Lady Candela Sanchez, esteemed mayor of Dossoles, on behalf of the chief of Lungmen Wei... Lin Yusha? Shen Yushi? What are you doing here?
I just love the synchronicity of those two.
Oh, I get it. No wonder Lady Fumizuki sent me. So you're Wei and Wu's representative. Looks like you two are acquainted. That's wonderful. We used to be classmates, that's it. She's a friend of a friend. We barely know each other. In that case, wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity for you to reconnect? Anyway, Lin, my dear niece. Just like my niece Shen here, you may call me by my given name. No need to be so formal. Even though you're here to represent Chief Wei, you don't need to think too much about such things. No burdens on your shoulders. All you need to do is enjoy the city I'm so proud of. Understood. Oh, and two more things. Please, by all means. First, I heard that both of you are very bright and can more than hold your own in a fight. That you girls are capable of great things. So, I have a extra fun activity prepared for just for you two, my beautiful nieces. Activity? Before I explain, do you know anything about our city's biggest event of this time? The championship that's going on right now? That's right. Dossoles' greatest feature, and indeed what it is known for all across the world, is the ocean that surrounds us, and this ship sailing its waters. It's a piece of renovated Iberian technology. It took much blood, sweat and tears to complete. It's one of the finest masterpieces. Including the statue on the ship's bow. That's just my own little addition. As for the water of this sea, it's all sourced from the actual vast ocean to the north. The water gets dirty and starts to stink after a while, so we replace the ocean water at least twice a year. And this season is when most of us here head to the beach. That's why we have the water replaced around this time. Changing the water is in itself a mundane process. Not only that, but we even have to take away a day of fun from our esteemed guests. Nonetheless, I don't want to have our guests play in any filthy seawater either. It would be an insult to Dossoles' fame. And that's how the Dossoles' warrior champion came to be. This is a variety competition event that takes place all across the city, and it is entirely sponsored by me and my expenses. I will have someone give you a more detailed explanation later if you'd like to know more. What you need to know is that the competition's victor will get to press the button that starts the water changing process. It's an honor that's unique to this city alone. So, you turned something that used to be trouble into a huge event. That's exactly right. To tell the truth, I am very happy that the two of you made it before the competition began. I heard you were vacationing in Siesta before you left for our city, Shen? Yes. What do you think of the music festival there? I don't know much about music, but it was pretty lively. I've met their mayor as well. You could say he too is trying his best for his city. Sadly, he doesn't have what it takes to be the master of a city. Besides, a music festival is nothing compared to my championship. It looks like you two can handle yourself in a competition. If you're interested, perhaps you would consider joining the fray? Oh, but if I'm not mistaken, the prelims will be over soon. If we are throwing your hat in the ring, don't wait much longer. If the two of you win together as a team, not only will you brighten Chief Wei's day, you will also get a special present from me. I'm not sure about teaming up, but we will give it some thought. Now, what was that extra activity you mentioned? Oh, look at how forgetful I am. This fun activity has to do with the championship. Sometime last week, my man busted an explosive and universal originium's circuit smuggling scheme. A lot of things happen within my borders, but this isn't one of them. You should keep this in mind too. I don't think we'll need any. Of course, just joking. Normally there would be nothing remotely fun about weapon smuggling though. As you know, the championship is right around the corner. So you don't have enough manpower? Looks like they picked an interesting time to try to smuggle weapons into the city. They are probably trying to pull something funny at the competition. I suggest we start with any gray areas. Very good. Looks like I made the right decision to prepare this little activity for you two. It's wonderful that you're already interested. Anyway, if you feel you aren't having as much fun as you'd like at any point during your stay here, you could try your hand at the investigation. For fun. Investigating this for fun? Right, and especially for you, Ch'en. I know you love solving a good case. Are you not concerned that your city is under threat? Concerned? Ch'en, my girl, you don't understand. As long as I'm here, no one can threaten this city. You are free to forget all about this mission and enjoy your vacation, or join in on the competitions. And even if it leads to any problems down the line, you won't be the ones to blame. It's just like I said, this is a fun little activity that I prepared specifically for the two of you for your vacation. Right, we understand. Okay, and here's the other thing. I would love to personally show you around Dossoles to tell you about each of the spectacles I personally erected here. But since Chief Wei didn't come himself, then it also wouldn't be appropriate for me to accompany you two. So, I assigned you a guide. Ernesto, come in. Lady Candela. This is one of my sharpest diplomats, Ernesto. Pleasure to meet you, senoritas. He speaks Yanese too, but most people here speak Victorian and Lithuanian. He can translate for you. No need, I speak both. Same here. Sorry, I'm pausing because it just clicked into my head Victorian and Lithuanian, English and German. Do I lift my hand here? Anyway. Oh, wonderful. In that case, if you run into anything you need help with, such as the specifics of the championship, then he is the person to ask. Right, Ernesto? Yes, of course. Alright. Thank you. Of course, if you find yourself annoyed by an idiot like him, you are free to come to me with any questions directly. Okay, I still have other guests to meet, so please excuse me. I will leave the rest to the youth. Thank you very much for your time, Lady Candela. Pleased to make your acquaintance, lovely ladies. I am the International Trade Management Department's Deputy Director, Ernesto Salas. Please, just call me Ernesto. I welcome you to our city. If there is anything you would like to know about the city or there is anywhere you would like to visit, please feel free to ask. My mission from Lady Candela is to make sure that you feel at home. Please, don't trouble yourself. I'm good, thank you. Well, first things first. Your phones have already been readjusted to connect to our intercity net. You are free to make calls or look up cute videos. Here's how you can get in touch with me or Lady Candela directly. And here are the credit cards that the mayor has prepared for you. All your transactions within the city may be paid using this card, and there is no credit limit. all your expenses will be paid by the government. You can go on the shopping spree of a lifetime if you'd like. We don't need all this. This is the way the city treats its guests. Please, just accept them. Aside from that, it looks like you have some catching up to do, so I will intrude no longer. We will be heading to our your hotel next. I will wait for you downstairs. Come look for me as soon as you're ready. Okay. Long time no see, Shen Hyushi. Long time no see, Lin Yusha. How long has it been since we last met? Don't remember. Swire's birthday 2 years ago? I wasn't there. I see. Guess I'm mistaken. The class reunion the year before, perhaps? Oh, right. You look like you're doing well. Lady Fumizuki will be glad. Maybe. How is Swire holding up? You haven't heard from Hoshiguma? She's more or less the representative there now, and she's pretty good at it. It shouldn't be much longer before she formally takes over your job. That's good. She's actually pretty capable of the responsibilities that come with the job, if she works on her temperament a little. That's going to be difficult. She wouldn't be Swire if she knew how to mellow out. You're right. I have a question. Go ahead. Why did you help him? Excuse me, but we will be docking in a moment. I am wondering if you two would like to get off the boat or stay on board for a little longer. If you two are still talking, I can also arrange a room for you. I love the music cutting out. I guess I came at the wrong moment. No, you came at the right moment. Take us to the hotel, please. Oh, of course. Miss Shen, let's go. I just love how the music just cuts out so brutally during that part. All right. Anyway, yes, for one of the very rare moments in all of the narrations that I did, we will not just include the description and title of the training stage, which, by the way, is titled "Just Arrived." When arriving at an unfamiliar place, it's always better to have a local guide one around. I feel like that is very rarely worded. But anyway, we do have a scene. Ch'en and Lin are amazing. If only they were participating in this year's competitions, things could have been so much more fun, but... DDD agreed to MC. I see. I guess I feel kind of bad for Eureka though. But there really isn't much else they could have done given that slip-up in the broadcast. Prepare a gift for me. I will break it to her myself. Right away. Yo, boss, finally opening up, huh? You want to get something retrofitted here? Yeah, I heard you got mad skills when it comes to this stuff. Been waiting for you to open the whole time. Show me the stickers you got. Righto. The contestant sets a cloth bag down on the counter. Looks like luck was on your side. Come with me. The warehouse is this way. And then we get the tips for the stickers. This is the way they introduce those. This tells you what you need to know, right? Yeah, it's convenient. Yo, thanks boss. You're a great guy, so
So kind to me, even though I'm not from here.
Not at all.
Well, I'm gonna get going.
Come again.
I'll probably have to explain everything again later to Ch'en and Lin. I guess I'll clean up a little and leave them some room for their collectibles.
And great guy, huh?
If only.
So, we move on to stage DH-1, titled Accidental Participation. Ch'en had a hunch she'd encounter Lin Yusha in the city for some reason or other. She just didn't expect it to be this early, and in such a way. So, let's begin with the before part.
There's about as many people as Siesta, but the atmosphere is completely different. Everywhere I look, bars, casinos, restaurants.
Hey, pretty lady, wanna come and join us on the beach?
Piss off. Lin Yusha's vanished into thin air this morning. I was just about to give that stinky sewer rat another call. I may not come from here often, but I'm pretty sure those special forces are up to no good. Have you met Lin? From the slums? I have. He's a nice old man. Nicer than my grandpa, anyway. They call him the Rat King. Aren't the men behind the curtain all like such? But he's a really good person. I never thought Yusha would turn out like this. You were such a shy and timid girl, the kind who would always hide behind you. I don't think she's changed. She just took on responsibility. Maybe the kind she couldn't handle. Whatever, she can't hide for long. I'm already here, may as well find something to do. Like what? Buy some Dossoles goodies? It'd be kind of complicated to ship souvenirs to Hoshiguma and Swire. I'll just wait for them to visit Rhode Island. Right, I need to get a thank you gift for Lady Fumizuki too. As for the Rhode Islanders, Shirayuki, Bagpipe, Amiya, and her? Whatever. It's a lot of people to buy for, and I don't know if I can carry that much back. We'll see how things go. But I get the feeling this one needs too long. Should I go for a walk? I guess I'll be walking no matter what I do. Maybe have Ernesto give me a quick tour of the city? Nah, I don't know him well enough. Right, there was what Mayor Candela said. These past few days, circulations of weapons in the city have grown unusually prevalent. If you feel you aren't having as much fun as you'd like at any point during your stay here, perhaps you should try your hand at the investigation. For fun. For a mayor, she clearly doesn't care one bit about her own city. How did Wei and Wu get a friend like that? And besides, the city is one big luxury resort. It practically defines decadent. This place is more Swire speed. I'd rather be back in Siesta. Whatever. I'm here already, and investigating is better than nothing. Let's give it a fair shake. I could ask Ernesto about Mayor Candela's case, but if they had any definite leads, something would have happened long ago. Just asking won't get me anywhere. Roaming it is. Start by getting the lay of the land.
And here come the clones. How was the fight last night? Won a few thousand, you? Ugh, I lost bad. No biggie, just winning back today, right? Oh god, how was this pronounced again? Concettamare. Right? I think? Concettamare, I was gonna. Even if you didn't say, it's just better here. No way I wanna go back. I hear you. Once we get out of this place, it's back to death and gore again. Damn, you know, if you just had the money to buy if we just had the money to buy an apartment here. Win enough bets and we will, yeah? You got me there. Excuse me, lovely young lady, could I interest you in a job at our bar? A woman as gorgeous as you could make crazy money in one night.
Piss off. Casinos, bars, restaurants, karaoke boxes. Is that all they ever built in the city?
The preliminary phase is near its end.
Ch'en turns to look and realizes the voice is coming from a display TV in a shop window.
Locals and visitors from afar, are you having the vacation time of your lives? I lost 300,000 at the casino last night, but you bet I'm gonna win it back today. So after 10 days of fierce competition, the Dossoles Warrior Champion holds its final prelim contest today. And this afternoon at 3 p.m. That's in 3 hours, folks. We'll be treated to the final Smash Splash prelim. It's a bout you championship lovers absolutely cannot miss. But be there and bathe in the excitement. But of course, there's no need to panic if you don't want to fight the scorching heat or the crowds. Keep your eyes on the official channel and we'll have live coverage for you. And before we forget, we've got some news for you music heads that'll shake the world. That's right, you've probably already heard. In a huge move, Mayor Candela has invited the Monster Siren Records legend, DDD. And that's not all. The masked musician's unleashing more of her bold electro. She's going to be hosting the championship. Nina, come on, did you hear that? 3 hours until the match starts.
What's so fun about a fight? It's barbarous.
Anyone who passes the scrimmage prelim ends up a dark horse in the championship. It's something you've got to keep tabs on.
Then you go watch. Tell me what happens.
Come on, lady. Fine. I'll go on my own, then suit yourself. Hey, you think it's true? I heard DDD was coming a few days ago, but I had no idea if it's for real.
If I'm remembering right, she was in Siesta just last month. Wild that she's here in Dossoles now. And how do you even get her to host your thing? What did Mayor Candela say to win her over?
Her?
You didn't know? We got strong odds nowadays that DDD is a female artist.
Huh. Doesn't mean much to me if she's a man or a woman. What really matters is our ears are in for a treat. Ch'en realizes that practically everyone is talking about the competition.
Seems it's gripped the whole city. If you want to get something done here, what better way than to go undercover as a competitor? Think of all the opportunities you could make out of the chaos. And in that case...
Hey, is that Miss Ch'en? Sorry, I'm a little tied up on this end now. Yeah.
Are you fighting with someone? What's going on?
It's a long story. The short version is Miss Lin is having trouble making friends.
Where are you? I'll come over.
Sure, I'm at... 3 hours ago.
Why did you help him? Juvenile.
Need me to assist, Miss Lin?
You said you were very familiar with the city.
I am.
Any options for a small, independent, quiet casino?
Independent, quiet. You want the kind of place where you can make trouble without it blowing up?
No worries then. With Miss Candela around, no one will dare get in your way. No, I want the kind that won't be a pain to tidy up.
I get you.
This is the place?
Right, a casino bar, more precisely. The proprietor, Araz, started it from nothing, gave it everything he had to make it on the street, and got the place to where it is today. The powers on the streets around all want it for themselves, but nobody's got the teeth to break through his bones.
Excellent. You wait here.
May I ask if you're here to drink or to play a hand?
To play a hand.
Tough lady we got here. Quick, call the boss. Miss, I don't care who you are, but you're too big for your breeches. All alone and rowdy in a place like this.
Cut the dribble. Deal.
Quads.
Straight flush.
How?
You're awful at palming cards.
Miss, I'll admit you might have some real skill.
Can we speed this up? Draw already. I'm in a hurry.
It's go time, boys.
Oh no, the clone army is attacking.
Well, I did familiarize myself with her. But this is the way the Rat King's daughter does things.
Where's Lin Yusha?
You're here, Miss Ch'en. That bunch ran after they couldn't handle Miss Lin. She went to chase them down.
Which way?
That way, towards the beach.
Got it. I'll go check it out. They sprint fast. I'll give them that. Lin Yusha, what the hell are you doing? Shen Yushi, what are you doing here? I'm the one asking you.
Where'd this nutcase pop up from? We can't beat her. We can't shake her off. Boss, what do we do? What else? Keep running. Huh? Is that where they're hosting the scrimmage prelim? Huh, perfect. We're going in.
Found them. No time to babysit you right now.
Hold it.
There you are.
You even found us here? Good thing we've got plenty of help on hand. Guys, let's go.
Where are we? Isn't this the Smash Splash place they mentioned on TV? I guess I'll have to clear the field first.
And that obviously leads in the battle stage. But we are gonna be continuing into the post-story.
I gotta say, Missy, we've been in the city for 4 days now, and I haven't once seen you up to meet Miss Lin. After all that talking about how you'd sneak up on her and scare her lights out. You want an ice cream? I'll take 3 scoops. Mint, strawberry, chocolate. You're gonna get so fat. A triple, boss. A triple, boss, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. And a quadruple. Those 3 plus lemon.
Sure thing.
Who's gonna get fat now? Lin Yusha went through government channels, nothing like us. You're riding my coattails to get the VIP treatment. And I gotta say, I think the dummy's still probably on her way here. Vacation won't end anytime soon. Let's enjoy the wait. Shitty rat sneaking her way into such a nice vacation spot. When I find you, you're done for. Hey, Missy, don't forget what this vacation costs you. It's all my annual leave plus a month of one-day weekends after I get back. Isn't that it? It's fine. I'll be fine. Once you include my vacation days to keep your trouble in check, yeah, that's it. Oh, jeez. I'll pay you back later. Sure, sure. Huh? What? Did you see her? Not just Lin Yusha. Someone you'd never guess with her. Who the... Huh?
Careful with your ice cream. You're gonna drop it. Hey!
How the hell did this happen?
Finally found you. Weren't the two of you pursuing them? Why are you here in the Smash Splash now? If I didn't spot you on the TV back in the streets, I would have missed you.
It was an accident.
Well, now what? Are you going to team up and enter the championship?
I was going to enter, but not with her. There's a coincidence. I was thinking the same thing. Shen Hyushi, you're free to pick a different prelim. No can do. This one is the very last one. I guess it's time to settle who's the bigger woman.
I'm sorry to have to tell you, half the city is watching through their screens right now. You might as well enter together. It'll be good to have each other's backs too.
Fine.
Alright, I'll help you out. After all, I'm your guide. If she heard you joined and I was nowhere around, the mayor wouldn't let me off easy. I might not be as strong in a fight as you two, but I'm still a local. I'm sure I can be of assistance.
Will they let us bring a +1?
Sure, team size limit is 7. As long as you complete your registration before the official championship, even finding teammates after winning is fair game. To be honest, it's a competition where more teammates net you a greater advantage.
One more beats one fewer. Any complaints, Lin Yusha? Suit yourself.
We're still 2 days out from the official start. You're allowed to go recruit more.
No need. We'll go with us 3.
Excuse me, you two, can I ask you to head up on stage?
Add one more. We're 3 total now.
Alright, let's give our prelim winners the greatest round of applause. Have you come up with a name for your team?
How do you figure? You decide. Then we're calling it Lung Wrath. All caps, except the W and the H.
You had to let her name it.
You told me to decide. Hold on.
Alright then. Long Wrath. Now, here to give you the award for making it of the prelims, we have Mr. Pancho. I see, Candela brought 2 incredible young ladies.
You know us?
Who doesn't know how the mayor welcomed 2 young Lungmanites? Ernesto, you've been dutiful with our guests, haven't you?
It's an undertaking from Miss Candela herself, Father. Of course I'm doing all I can.
Fine, good.
This is your father?
I am. Here's your award. Take it.
A pure gold statue. You get this sort of award just for beating a prelim?
Yes, remember where you are. This is the Dossoles way. You have your fun, youngsters.
Thank you.
Alright, we're all looking forward to Lung Wrath's performance in the official championship. What a stupid name.
Missy, did you hear that? Lung Wrath? A little quieter, I dare you. You have to see the pout on Miss Lin's face. Ch'en totally came up with that name on the spot. No, forget that. What is Ch'en Hu-shi doing here too? The nerve of the woman! And they entered together? Did a little rat only... Did the little rat only even come because she knew Ch'en would be here? You've got guts, Lin Yusha. Keeping all this from me? Hey, Missy, don't get carried away. You said it was Chief Wei who arranged Lin Yusha's business here, so it follows that Shen's here for the chief too, right? Fine, I guess you've got a point. Also, may as well suggest it. Miss Lin's here and so's Ch'en. Let's go say hi. I have an even better plan. The two of them teamed up to join the competition, right? Perfect. The whole championship's going to be broadcasted live from start to finish. Let's hold off on saying hello. We'll watch them compete, and then when they lose, we'll go laugh in their faces. Huh, now you hate Ch'en too, on top of everything. She came here on a vacation without so much as a word. Aren't you pissed off? You know, I'm glad Shen's doing well. Words can't express how happy I am for her. Are we speaking different languages here? Agree with me or not, come on. I'm your bodyguard here. Your word is law. That's more like it. Not my fault if we run across them, though, okay? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Hey, look. They're the ones who just won the scrimmage preliminaries, right?
Keep it up, Lunggraf. You've got me on your side already.
Well, then I'll just...
Ernesto, in this city I've noticed a lot of military personnel.
Your intuition is on the mark. The truth is, not everyone's allowed into Dossoles. If you want to come vacation here, you need to have enough money. If you want to come live here, you need even more money. In Bolivar, the second best way to make money is temp jobs. And the best, most profitable one is serving.
Was your father a soldier too?
The old man sure used to be. I remember he made full colonel.
That's pretty high up.
I guess you want to ask why he'd come here.
I admit, I'm curious.
There's nothing much to say. He's majorly stubborn, thinks about nothing but war all day, and doesn't like kissing up to the bosses. He got falsely charged and then driven out of the army.
Sorry.
Save it. I think he's dull enough for a lifetime too. He doesn't have a big enough fist.
And what does he stand up? What does he stand up straight all day like that for?
I suppose.
I thought you'd argue back. I do want to, but ultimately I don't know this place, or really Bolivar as a whole.
I can say the old man's been pretty good since coming here, or I'd have never been able to work under the mayor. Come to think of it, the two of you have been in Dossoles for 2 days now. Any thoughts on the city so far?
Corrupt. Stinks to high heaven. It seems we're of a mind for once.
Now that's funny.
Huh, I was sure any guests the mayor invited here would love it. What about you?
Me? I love this place naturally. You never need to think about the world outside. As long as you have money, you can play from sunup to sundown, and then from sundown back to sunup. I don't know how you live in Lungmen, but I can't imagine there is a better life than here.
Is that so? Forget it for now. Is this whole competition as heavy on full contact as the scrimmage just now?
Yes. I don't know if you have anything similar over there, but in this competition the courses are designed for physical contests. But of course the people aren't here for a simple stamina match. Most everyone is chasing a thrill. What they really want to see is the kind of thing you two put on, stuff that gets their hearts pumping.
So in other words, we go out there to amuse the people.
You could put it that way.
This is utterly senseless. I'm in agreement with you there, but nothing changes the fact that we are taking part. Let's be prepared. Sorry, Ernesto, but we will be asking you to explain more about the format of the competition.
Sure thing.
First things first, do you know a weapons vendor anywhere?
I do. You're in the market?
If the combat holds up like it just did, I might need a change of arms, at the least.
In that case, come with me. This isn't an open air kind of topic anyway. Come in, please.
You own this shop?
That's right. It's just the place you're looking for. I've opened a handful of these stores throughout the city. Call it an income stream. We carry all sorts of weapons as a matter of course, but can I ask, why are you looking to change, Miss Ch'en?
My sword isn't that suited to competitive stuff like this.
Honestly, the blade you carry doesn't pose any kind of problem. There's a mountain of competitors with weapons and tricks a whole lot worse than that up their sleeves. Swords aren't high on the danger scale. Which is to say, even if you don't use your weapon, others will use theirs.
Doesn't matter, I'm not good with mercy. Just give me something that won't do much damage to a human body.
Well, in that case...
By the way, can we just address for a second how she says, give me something that will not... Well, to be fair, the gun he does give her is not the gun that does the big pew-pew at the end. The gun that does the big pew-pew in her E2 art is the gun that she tinkers around with and bases off of the gun that he gives her, if I remember correctly. Anyway.
Well, in that case, try a high-pressure water gun like this.
A water gun?
Oh, it's a fairly specialized weapon. Fires high-pressure water rounds, hits hard, but won't cause major injury. Do you know how to work a crossbow?
I've never used one in the field, but I didn't do bad on my shooting course.
Let's give it a try. But before that, I'll explain the competition in detail. Firstly, its formal name is the Dossoles Warrior Champion. It takes place across the entire city. The mayors purchased a huge number of drones and cams, as well as a low-altitude aircraft, so nobody will miss a single moment. Not even the darkest, dankest corners of the city. Once the competition starts, we'll have drones custom geared to follow each and every team too. And once the time hits, the TV station will split up into different main stages, making it convenient for the people to view the teams or content that they want.
A truly loathsome level of consideration.
Miss Candela spared no effort in this respect. Okay, before the official competition was 10 days of prelims, which is what you just took part in. Every day there have been 2 to 3 prelims held all over the city.
Were they all melees like that?
No, I don't know whether to call you lucky or unlucky, honestly. You crashed the single most dangerous kind. There's been a huge variety of prelim types, like eating contests, race walks, sprints, etc. The scrimmage topped everything else for risk.
But the reward was just as high?
That's right. No other prelim reward would have been ever been as generous as the pure gold statue you got. And that's why so many people joined the scrimmage, even though it's so dangerous.
Hold on, you just said the competition permits contact. Then the people who come in from the other prelims...
Your reactions tell me you two are very astute. I imagine you're worried that the competition won't be kind to entrants who want the more entertainment-focused prelims.
I'll cut straight to the chase, then. No, it won't be an easy time for them. Like I said, people want to see more than simple stamina matches. It's a fight to excite. That's why the weaker ones are up against greater threats. But you don't need to worry too much, Miss Ch'en. The mayor's taken that into account. There's an article in the rules on it. Oh. Have you noticed another problem? The competition doesn't restrict Originium arts. If someone could boost their own speed with it... Just to exaggerate, if you could reach the goal in an instant, then that'd be tough luck to everyone else, right?
I assume people like that must exist. How couldn't they? Even without arts, Corunta naturally outperform others in a race.
They do exist, of course. To counteract that, the mayor is giving the viewers the right to choose.
The audience decides who the true winner is?
To be precise, the audience decides who doesn't deserve to be a winner. After every round of the competition, there'll be a viewer voting segment, and the votes would completely reshape the final ranking. Using flashy means to gain victory is naturally self-explanatory. Winning too boring might get you eliminated, but drop enough jaws and you could tip the scales when you'd otherwise fall just short. Of course, there is no guarantee that's how it goes. With all of that, no one knows who the winner truly is, until the final moment.
Too boring?
Right, and not just in combat. Dazzling fights are the most direct way to make eyes boggle, but blindsiding with actions can net you cheers too. That's a rule that gives contestants a fighting chance, even if they're wipeouts in combat.
A lesson learned from Casimir's. Right, true. I remember the Major had similar rules.
You two really have seen it all. The mayors visited Casimir several times before. Apparently, her trade agreement with Lungmen was signed there too.
So, Wei and Wu went out there as well.
In any case, there are rules that favor the strong, so expect plenty of those who scrape through the prelims for a prize will have to forfeit at the official thing. That's why the number of teams competing always changes a little. In short, this is a contest with no differentiation, no limits, and no holds barred on the road to victory. But the winner needs the whole city's approval.
I'm not that interested in winning or losing this.
I know that. Your goal is to use the championship to carry out your mission from Miss Candela, right? I'll be there to help with that too.
If we lose immediately, there'll be no investigation to speak of.
I know. That's for sure. And the two of you have probably noticed. The battle for popularity runs through the whole championship. In other words, it began the moment the prelims did. And given how you entered midway into the scrimmage and stomped all over peak danger, it might not be a stretch to say your team is the hottest topic right now. You can think of winning as a service to your goal, and enjoy what the competition has for you.
We'll see. Let's talk concrete details.
Sure thing. Come over here, I'll explain with a map. The competition's split into 3 rounds. Round 1, you're looking for gold in an empty neighborhood. There are 20 bars of pure gold to find in this area, and competing teams need at least one. Hand them in to staff at the workers area afterward, and you're through.
In a residential neighborhood?
Right, during the competition, everyone living in this area will be housed in hotels elsewhere, and the city government will cover their expenses. They'll cover the cost of any and all damage to housing, equipment, etc. as a result of the competition too. Most look forward to it, thanks to that. There are even some dying to compete just so they can smash their own homes up to get them rebuilt free of charge.
Find gold, fight over it, and then make for the handover. Huh, violence seems almost assured.
That's right, some choose to search, some to steal, and some to cut down on rival numbers first. Round 1,
won't end until the last of the gold is handed in to staff. If my guess isn't wildly off, the gold is also part of the prize.
It sure is.
Nothing stopping you if you want more gold and don't actually hand it in. But you shoulder all the corresponding risk as well. If one person acquires all the pure gold, then what? Theoretically, it's possible, but practically, it's never happened before, so I'm not sure myself. Is that what you're planning, Miss Lin? I haven't the interest. Once round 1 is over, there'll be 2 days downtime, where the victors are invited to take part in all sorts of spin-off events, and attend a bunch of fancy dinner parties. Good for bolstering your popularity outside the arena, in a sense. Then it's round 2. You should be relatively familiar with it. It's a traditional triathlon event. Traditional? Traditional. First you run a route along the beach, then cycle a circuit around the city and finally return to the start at the beach for a swim. All the way until the finish, a cruise ship in the middle of the sea. But of course, there's all kinds of ways to win. During the race and cycling, I assume you're allowed to leave the main street? Certainly, however, the mayor has put a substantial fighting force to block the shortcuts, so essentially taking them means a violent breakthrough. As expected. After round 2 ends, there are 2 days of downtime, just like round 1, but these ones will be more of a pure rest. The victors get the pleasure of all the entertainment and facilities aboard a cruise ship, normally reserved for the rich free of charge. Honestly, it's the part a lot of competitors aim for when they're entering, but it's not the end of things. Why not? Because of round 3, the final round of the competition. Highly simple and highly cruel. It's a battle royale with the whole ship as a fair game. Survive until the last team standing. Survive until you're the last team standing to be crowned winner. Which means in round 3 there's practically no space for clever tricks. Understood. Oh, right. You probably remember me saying back at the arena, team size limit is 7. In principle, the more teammates, the more you can do. But the more you have to split the money. That's right, and it's not like there aren't limits too. You aren't allowed to communicate. You aren't allowed communications equipment during the contest. That means you need to have your plan ready from the start, and if your team splinters, then you've got to be ready for them to come at you. But so long as one person completes the objective, the whole team can advance. Yes, that's why there's pros and cons to your team being big or small. How long until it officially starts? 2 days. These 2 days are downtime. Looks like I need every last minute then. Head through there. You'll find a small firing range and a training ground. Got it. Will you be fine, Miss Lin? I'll be fine. I have an arts unit. Only she would switch weapons for fear of her power going out of control. Lin Yusha. What? I've been putting up with you forever. I think you've been putting up with me forever. There's a training ground inside. Let's fight it out. You're going to lose wretchedly. Drop the braggadocio. Well, this is something. We've landed 2 real wild cases. Oh, you can say that again. Welcome to Tsun-tsun and tsun-tsun. Doing the tsun-tsun stuff. Anyway, moving on to stage 2, titled First Round. Ch'en's opposition here is not those surrounding her, but the unfamiliar weapon in her hand and her uncooperative teammates. So, let's begin.
Welcome, dear audience, to the eve of your mighty awaited 8th Dossoles Warrior Champion. Before we part the curtains, why don't we invite our beloved Mayor Candela up for the opening speech?
Citizens, tourists, with great pride in the city, I welcome you to Dossoles. It doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter who you are. You've made it here, so let all that fall away. Enjoy everything our city has to give you. Enjoy everything you deserve. Be happy, laugh happy, shout and scream happy. This is the paradise I built, and it's all for you. Now come, the most unforgettable time of your life is here for the taking.
Okay, big thank you to Mayor Candela for that speech, just as... Oh god, why is my brain shutting off now? Sempiternally? Oh, English. Just as sempiternally scorched with passion, alright? Moving on, time to introduce your contestants. Lots of familiar faces this year and last year, but plenty of new ones too. First order of business. They look like a lovely-dovely couple. They are a lovely-dovely couple, but they're a force on the fighting front. Honey Summer!
The power of love brought us together. The power of love brought us our love. The power of love is unmatched. Ugh. Even I can barely stand before that sparkly power of love. Let's see just how far love's legs can run. Solo unit up next, the contestant who won the Stomach King prelims, Mizuki. Harmless as he looks, he ate through the entire restaurant warehouse. That bottomless stomach and that blue hair are begging to synergize with the ocean here. Pacerman! Batman. Hello, hey everyone.
Contestant Mizuki, would you like to say a few words to stir up the hearts of the people?
I'll eat you all up at once. I'm tired of playing.
God, that's a sentence, alright, coming from you. Oh, contestant Mizuki, utterer of terrifying statements in completely normal voices. We look forward to seeing you out there. Next up, it's a local team, led by Miss Rafaela, who may look cute, but she's got a giant fiendish sickle. That's the kind of contrast this team's here to feed you. Let's welcome up the Grey Feathers.
Hello to you all.
Miss Rafaela, what do you have to say before the tournament?
I'll do my best.
Oh, alright. Sometimes it's the simple things that touch us deep. Grey Feathers, I think you'll go far. Right, after that, it's a newcomer to this competition, but the teams that's drawn the most buzz. They're the live scrimmage gate crashes winners with an attitude no one could answer. The Supernovas who have picked up Mr. Pancho's support. They came from a place the City of Two Suns loves dearly, the Lungmen heroines, Miss Lin Yusha, Miss Shen Hu Shi, and we even get the local arms dealer, Mr. Ernesto, losing track. Completing this team. Lungrath! Strong fresh teams spike an appetite like nothing else, and their odds are sitting high. But do you truly dare to put your chips down on them? And model swap. Alright, let's get your statement. Team leader.
Who's the leader? Ernesto, you do it.
What?
There's no way Lin Yusha's going to take what I say. And you wouldn't take what I say either.
Alright. In that case, we proclaim we're going to carve our mark into this competition's history. How was that?
Mediocre. Agreed.
Thought so. Massively assertive. Let's look forward to Lungrath and their vivid display. Moving on, our next team is...
Hey, Missy, this way.
Coming.
Hey, watch my ice cream. Really, this crowd is insane. Just goes to show how much attention's on this contest. Anyway, you see that? Ch'en's carrying some gunnish thing for some reason. Guess she's not planning to use her sword this time. She set herself up badly, hasn't she? She was about as good at firearms training as I was. Wow, excellence doesn't just grow on trees, okay? Calling her swordsmanship excellent undersells it. Hey, Missy, I gotta say, you're an even bigger Ch'en fan than me, behind her back. I'm just stating facts, okay? Yeah. More importantly, though, seeing Ch'en without a sword is a sight to treasure. Let's go ask the organizers if we can get a recording of this. Let's not. It would be hell. What's to be so embarrassed about? We'll cut it into a flick. I've already got the title. It'll be Gunslinger Old Ch'en Grasps Great Lung Power. And I gotta say, you might have a talent for directing awful B-movies. I'm flattered. Oh, right, Missy. I've got something to talk to you about. Not happening. Come on, I haven't even said what it is. You said something to talk about, and I nearly threw up my ice cream. Nothing good comes out of that phrasing. Hey. No, just I saw the officials here had an event on for the spectators. I looked into it. They let you guess who'll win, and there's a bunch of smaller ones, like who'll be the first one to get gold, who'll get eliminated earliest, and... The way you use the word guess absolutely floors me. It's government-sponsored, ship, shape, and legal. What even goes for illegal in the city? Yeah, good point. But right now we're just regular tourists, you know? It's beyond our job descriptions. I know. And look, even if you want to laugh at Ch'en and Miss Lin, just suppose they do win. We won't be out of pocket, right? Makes it a win-win, Missy. I give in. Here's my card. Mighty thanks, milady. Don't go splashing it about. I hear you. Alright, that's all 40 teams. Cameras and drones will capture the whole thing, ensuring you don't miss a single beautiful shot. And this main stage isn't going to stand alone either. The officials have set up 10 more, each one with its own dedicated presenter. So you'll get every second, and with commentary just as brilliant to match. Plus, once the opening ceremony begins, we've got a little wagering opportunity for you audience-siders to make the competition that much spicier. All spectators are invited to register your info on the government site, and you can make yourself a little extra cash. For specifics on how it'll work, refer to your government-issued competition guides. Now then, all the competitors are in our starting districts and readied up. Round 1 will be a search and a struggle for pure gold in a partitioned off area. Teams will then hand in directly to staff at the finish point. But they're also allowed to shoot for more. Whatever gold they get belongs to them. Alright, Mayor Candela, fire off the salute and signal the start of the competition. I declare round 1 has officially begun. Flashbang, blind me, thank you. What now? We split up. And avoid working together. It seems we have yet another common understanding. However, before that, we're already being watched.
Sweeping the surroundings, Ch'en notices a dozen people already surrounding the three of them, closing in with malicious intent.
We break out first. Good.
Lin Yusha faintly nods, accompanied by only a brush of her hand on the window next to her. The glass gradually vanishes, as if melting. Straight after, a knife blade appears from her palm, almost colorless, only it's a reflection of the subtle sunshine rays, proving its existence.
Oh, round 1 of the championship has begun, and the highly anticipated Lung Wrath has had 3 of other teams cooperate to target them. Either side is poised to fight.
Will Lungraf once again show their true power, or will the teams unite to take the win? Let's hold on tight. Sure. Alright. After story. They're insane! They're unstoppable! Lungraf has beat back the 3 teams, encircling them like it was any other day. But the mystery is, what ability was our hero Lin using in that fight? Director, run the replay! Accompanied by only a brush of Lin Yusha's hand on the window next to her, the glass gradually vanishes, as if melting. Straight after, a knife blade appears from her palm, almost colorless, only its a reflection of the subtle sunshine rays proving its existence. Here we can finally make it out. Lin has the incredible ability to turn glass into weapons. That's one to blow your mind. We never imagined Lin was more than a martial master. Who knew she had a Regenium art this brilliant to boot?
Hey, Missy, what's with Miss Lin's power though? Same as the Rat King's, she's actually manipulating sand, just in a different kind of way. She's been able to turn sand into glass since she was a kid. I'd always play with it. Oh, I get it. Glass is made of sand, for sure.
Well, it's one of the components.
Huh. I heard the Rat King could make sandstorms. Can Miss Lin do that? I don't know. My guess is she technically could, but wouldn't want to either. That figures. Miss Lin doesn't come off as the type to make a big scene.
Lin's Originium arts are a total defense breaker to go with Ch'en's sharpshooting and Mr. Ernesto's cover. What a perfect feast for the eyes! Your thoughts, Mr. Pancho? Do you believe victory this time belongs to them? Every member of the team is impressively strong, but their coordination's still half-baked. Interesting to hear. It's true, competitions like this get competitors targeting you and taking you out if you throw too much personal power around. History repeatedly testifies to us, only the United can clinch the final win.
This old guy's got a keen eye. Spotted Ch'en and Lin's biggest issue straight away.
I agree. Honestly, these two, and Ch'en especially, she knows at least what cooperation is from parting with you, but she has no idea how Lin Yusha fights. And her sword was her best weapon. She's she's doubly banned? Doubly? Whatever. And as for Lin Yusha, that woman wouldn't know how to spell cooperation if it walked up to her in big bold print. I saw her just short of gashing Ch'en several times, relying entirely on Ch'en to dodge her in time. I could die laughing. And the ones who don't know still think they work like two peas in a pod. That Ernesto's smart, I have to admit. He hasn't gotten anywhere near those two. It's the only good call. Not even 9 lives would save you.
Not bad, Missy. Observation powers have been getting better and better. I thought I'd have to explain it to you.
I've been putting it in the effort to take over Shen Hushi's job alright?
I never doubted that one bit. Just didn't think you'd be making it so fast. Not bad at all.
Stop sighing like you're the old guard about me. I'll dock your wages. That's a threat.
Hey, don't you ever. You're a big person in big shoes. No point picking fights with a nobody like me.
That sounds more like it.
Seriously though, come to mention it, watching them work together like this, it reminds me a little of when I first met Ch'en.
She was the same back then?
Nah, try flipping it around. She was pretty much like Miss Lin is now. If you had that all her and this Miss Lin team up, odds are they'd argue until they came to blows. Your glass knives nearly cut me how many times?
Your water rounds weren't exactly true either.
Never mind emotionally, it seems we don't even make a good team tactically.
A very persuasive verdict. Let's split up.
Hold on. How about this? I know you two don't deal too well with each other, but seeing as you are in fact a team, at least try and act as much as a team as you can. As I mentioned before, you can't use comms during the competition, and you're not just looking for gold either. You're investigating any possible terrorists too. Sure, individually you two are hugely capable, but doesn't Jan have that saying, don't fear the certain, fear the unlikely? So my suggestion is, no matter if we have any pure gold or not, we meet back up here in 1 hour. Sound good? If one's a no-show, the other two play it by ear.
No objections. Acceptable.
That's the most wavelength we'll get between you. Let's roll with that.
Then I'll be splitting off.
She moves real fast.
Miss Ch'en, do you plan on operating alone, or do you want me with you? You don't need to lose sleep over us. She and I aren't the type to throw everything else to the wind for a petty strop. We don't deny any truths from the other, and we will do what we must.
I'm gonna be honest here, no question about you two suiting each other, and splitting up is a really common tactic in round 1 for sure. But there's only 3 of us. I don't think we need to all split up. So I'm gonna head with you.
That works. Let's go.
Alright. And then we move over to stage 3. Titled Timely Assistance. Says here, to Ch'en, there's never anything more important than helping others. So let's begin. We're already 30 minutes into the contest, and what's shocking is that a single team who's picked up some gold has chosen to end it yet. I can't help but see wild ambitions in these championship contestants. Mr. Pancho, what's your perspective?
Looks to be a fierce championship, this one. One for the ages. Got great expectations for it.
No arguments here. I'm sure all of you in the audience feel just the same. Each of our stages will keep following each team's actions, so we guarantee you won't miss a single bedazzling fight. And you better not relax just yet. We're gonna turn this pressure, this urgency into a force for voting, and give the contestants you love your precious ballot. Once you spend for them, that's when you truly love them.
My dear, save me.
Don't be afraid, my darling, I'll come and rescue you. I thought the whole lover act was a joke. How do they have so much fight? Darling, how fortuitous. I almost thought I'd lose you. Can't you come up with a plan of your own?
Oh, how fearsome they were. My character is a frail girl, Jovan.
It's alright. It's all okay now. Watch me teach them a lesson. Start trying, okay, miss?
Oh, my dear, you're the best. Are you messing with me? These two have no uncertainty of skill and military temperaments on top of it. Perhaps they served in the past. As for being sweethearts, I presume that's just a ploy of sorts for winning the audience over. Very aggrandizing, but still a means nonetheless. Though still very aggrandizing. If that Swire saw this, I'm sure she'd waste no time gushing how she'd like to play a similar role in such a contest. We're better off not letting her find out.
Too late.
All in all, this couple has a secure win. Nothing to see there. No gold after a sweep of the area. Time to leave. 20 igons of pure gold. A very more than a few are in conspicuous places. On top of all the landmarks and such, those areas will be hotly contested. Nothing really calls for fighting over those ingots. I should be searching for the ones left behind in hidden corners. But if there are ruffians out to cause chaos under this contest, I'm sure they at least find blind spots in the cameras and drones before they do their work. Both need addressing. I have to bring it up with Hugh Shi first. Too quick. Forget it. I have no desire to discuss anything with that juvenile woman anyway. I'll handle things as they come.
Just by the way, I like that she's calling Ch'en juvenile, but both of these women are in their 30s. And I know it's an insult, but still, it's kind of funny. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, considering that these two are both of the same age, they are both in their 30s. And yes, it doesn't show.
Miss Ch'en, can I ask you something?
What?
You and Miss Lin are old friends, right?
What makes you think so?
You certainly don't feel like enemies. There is not that much intensity, but suppose something went down between you two. You still seem pretty well aware of each other.
You could say that. We went to the same primary school and we had a common acquaintance. So your guess is fairly close. But I won't be telling you why she and I don't get along.
That's alright. I can't imagine it's anything minor if it happened between people like you, and I don't plan on asking details. I was just throwing up a topic. You know though, it's like you never imagined she'd show up here. Slice it any way you want. It's like it was fated. Have you ever thought about making up with her before?
Do you care that much about this?
I don't really, or maybe I do. This city is all just money, 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 till the sun goes down. Things like friendship are a huge luxury.
This isn't something we can just fix, even if either of us wanted to.
Wait a second, Miss Ch'en. Look at the alley there.
This is kind of a bind. With all of these cameras, going too heavy-handed isn't going to be a good look.
I don't know what it is, but I can't let her hit on this runt. Something's not right. He just thinks he can piss around with us. Let's take him together.
Look at that. Isn't these... It's the solo contestant stuck in an ambush. What's your call, Miss Ch'en? Wait until they finish fighting.
No.
You're going to help him? There is no real benefit for it. The championship isn't about helping your fellow contestants. The disciplined approach doesn't fly here.
I know. Just stay here and wait for me a moment.
And as promptly as that, Ch'en has already dashed out. Ernesto is silent for a moment and doesn't follow.
They've even installed cameras in crevices like this. These can't have been just for the competition. But even so, the residential housing ought not to have surveillance in it. I'm guessing drones will only film interiors if they capture contestants going in. In other words, as long as you're not physically filmed entering, there's a high chance officials won't notice you. If you exploit that fact... Huh. Speak and it shall come. What's the status?
Bombs are all set on our end, Rafaela.
Good. I'm done here too. Let's move to the next location.
Hold on, I just got a distress from C-Team. Seems like they're really struggling with an opponent there.
Who is it?
It's Ch'en from the Lungvrath team.
Hermano told us not to take on what we can't handle. Move a nearby team to them. Don't stand out too much. Give it up if it's a losing battle. Don't keep fighting out of obligation. Our actual job takes priority.
Got it. After Rafaela parts with the stranger, Lin Yusha noiselessly drops down from a beam in the roof and lands where they stood just a moment ago. With her proficiency, it takes little effort to find the bomb Rafaela mentioned.
She was being serious. I never imagined the girl would be one of them. I imagine by actual job they mean more of these bombs, and it sounds as if there are several teams on it. The officials might have prohibited comms equipment, but all signs indicate they have their own way of keeping in touch, under their radar. And there is no knowing if they have a plan B. I'm worried there won't be much meaning in keeping on their trail, and there is the risk of being found. Two things stood out. Bombs, Hermano. They can play into our knowledge. Having these few keywords should be sufficient for now. It's about time to rendezvous too. Perfect chance to see how she's done.
Though not cleared out for the competition, it's an ordinarily lonely alleyway, but right this moment it's host to a sheer hubbub. From roofs, windowsills, balconies, fence tops, ill-meaning contestants are all icily fixed on the figure stood in the dead center, Ch'en. She's completely unshaken. She simply grips her water gun tight. At the entrance, together with Ernesto, stands Mizuki, who has just been saved by Ch'en. Mizuki's face tells of a happy surprise, but Ernesto wears hesitance. However, in this moment they are beyond anyone's attention. Silent throughout the alley, it's as if the air is just as frozen. Only one sole scrap of proof that the wet air blows through the tips of their hair, that this charged scene isn't just a still image. Drip, drop. Somewhere unknown, a loosely shut faucet drips water. The droplets striking the basin, the noise minute. The noise minute, that's so weird, whatever. The noise, nevertheless, is like a stone breaking a placid lake's surface. In a split second, the contestants around her all swarm in, and Ch'en takes her opening steps. Atop a roof, Lin Yusha calmly confirms the situation surrounding.
There she is, playing at the hero again. She'll spend eternity without learning to behave. I'm not bothering to help her. That said, the commotion's audible enough for some teams in the vicinity to make for here. I suppose I'll hold them off. Drawing too many people's attention won't do any good.
Lin Yusha loosens her wrist, hops down from the roof, and lands squarely at the alley's entrance. Not far away, figures are already coming into sight. She takes in a tiny breath and assumes her stance. And we assume our stance by going straight into the after story.
This is phenomenal work. Ch'en stuck into an alley to save the trapped Mizuki and followed it by directly confronting all the other competitors there. It seems the other teams have determined Lungraf is too dangerous to keep around and have all silently accorded to work together. But even so, Ch'en isn't cowed one bit, choosing to take up the fight. A battle to absolutely revel in. But we can't forget about the other side of the alley, where Lin battles too. Unlike Ch'en, teeth-gritting clash in the alleyway, Lin spared only a few moves to hold down the entrance and deter any team who dares come. Is there anyone in this whole championship who can overcome this combination's mere presence? No. Maybe those two. Haha, goes to show they do work when they each fight their own. Hey, Missy, if Ch'en and Miss Lin fought, who do you think win? Why? I'm interested, you know? Put two really powerful guys together, and who wouldn't want to know who the stronger is? Only you think like that. I wouldn't know anyway. It's the first time I've seen this woman fight in years. Huh, weren't you and Miss Lin buddy-buddy? Weird you never got to see this. Who's buddies with who? She plays at she plays at that mystery 24/7. There's times she doesn't even answer the phone. And who says you've seen someone fight just cause you know them? That's fair enough, I guess. That's just me being used to Ch'en. If she wanted to win now, I'd bet it'd be out of luck banking on just her swordplay. Not everyone's got the same dynamic as you two. Besides, it's a good thing I haven't seen it. I worry that the day I do, I'll be trying to arrest her. Makes sense. She's the Rat King's daughter, after all. Still can't say so though. He's not a bad egg or anything. When I was a fresh dumbass in Lungmen. Save it. I've met the Rat King before, you know. I don't need you telling me. Hey, as long as you get it. Forget that. You just used the word dumbass, didn't you? Look at me using vulgar language in front of milady. Ought to slap me. So you and Ch'en have seen how she takes fights? Come on, I'm here because I haven't. Neither has Ch'en, I reckon. You're right about one thing though. It's a good thing we've never seen her fight before. That put us in a tough position. We'd have to take her in. As long as you get it. Never thought there'd be a day when she and Ch'en work together though. You really do see everything as you get older. So in the end, who do you think would win then? Don't feel like guessing? Huh, then I'll guess on my own. In my opinion, if Ch'en had her sword, it'd be hard for Lin Yusha to ever get near her. But if she does let Miss Lin get near, then Ch'en's lost. Ch'en sure sucks. You can't say that either. Ch'en's solid with her kickboxing, joint locks and grapples, and whatever. She's amazing with all our normal training too. You saw how decent her accuracy was too, just now. But in the end, Ch'en's best with a sword. So you're implying Lin Yusha's as good in close quarters as Ch'en is with her sword? More or less. Having fun acting the hero, Yushi? Not really, but I don't need your worrying.
Sorry, Miss Ch'en, I
told you could have just waited over there for me. You did fine. Thank you for helping me out. You're welcome. But, why did you do it? No reason. I saw you, so I helped. I see. You're a nice person, miss. And since you're nice, here.
Is this pure gold?
They were only after me because I had this.
Are you fine giving this to us?
It's alright. I can go look for some more. Besides, I never really cared about the competition anyway. Getting to know someone as nice as Miss Ch'en is enough for me already. I'll give you a heads up. Quite a few teams are on high alert. You can chat all you want, but you better not stay here for too long. I'm heading off then. Bye-bye. We'd better move too. Can I just ask, did you get anything out of that other than playing hero? Does gold not count? I guess. What about you? Nothing in particular. So, continue or hand in? We'll continue. Alright.
What a riveting conversation. Alright, dear audience. I've just gotten word that all 20 pure gold ingots have been handed in. Which means round 1 has reached a consummate close. Now then, we'll move to the voting phase. Voting will
last several hours, and once it closes, we'll be here on stage announcing the team that made it out of round 1. Don't miss it! It's over. There's still round 1 voting, but with your popularity, I'm sure we'll be fine. Yes. That said, it seems you haven't gotten leads on any dangerous terrorists, Miss Lin. Not on my end. Then maybe there really isn't anything to worry about. Possibly. Yoshi, do you have a moment? For what? I need you for something.
And that is where we are gonna stop for today. Alright then, as per usual, these are gonna be coming out, like I said, in multiple parts, and the next part should be up probably like in a day and a half from now on. Considering that in between the parts I will be uploading the newly added operator records as well to fill in the gaps while I prepare to record the next section. But yeah, anyway, as always, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. Sorry for a couple of the flubs, and there are a couple of words in there that just stumble me as always, considering I am not a native English speaker. But yeah, anyway, hope everybody enjoyed, and all I can say is I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are, as always, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, bye bye.